Hello, my beautiful friends. Welcome to Turn a Stone Tarot. For today's reading, I will be tapping into the angelic realms, bringing forth messages that are intended for your highest good at the time that you're coming across this reading. I've asked that these readings be aligned with love and light, and that only that which is aligned with love and light confer upon the readings, so you can rest assured that these are the highest vibrational readings intended for you. I have chosen 3 pieces of rose quartz to also perhaps lead you to the reading that is intended for you, or you can meditate on the cards and choose whichever card you feel most drawn to. Group 1 is here, Group 2 is here, and Group 3 is here. Timestamps are in the description box below. Please feel free to click on your chosen group, and I will see you in your reading. Hello, Group 1. Welcome to your reading. So the card that you chose in the intro is the Warrior Woman card, and this is from the Work Your Light Oracle deck by Rebecca Campbell. And I was really kind of blown away by this card because the angel that is depicted holding a sword is Archangel Michael. So very powerful angel coming through your reading today. Really quite magnificent. The words on this card are, have you answered your deepest calling? So the angels are wanting you to pay attention to that feeling that you may have about something that you feel called to do. It might be sort of a creative spark within you, a creative niggle, if you will, something that you've been longing to do, or a way that you've been longing to serve, a role that you've been wanting to play. There's something within your soul that's calling to you at this time, and your angels want to bring it to your attention in this reading. So Warrior Woman is the card that came out for you, and let's take a deeper look at your angel messages here. So I'll move this card here. I did ask the angels for a little bit more information about you, and they brought forward the Chariot card. And this card is telling me that you are, you're a very strong person. You're perhaps a bit of a go-getter, somebody that really sort of takes charge of things. You may feel that you have a lot of responsibilities. You may be self-employed. Also with this warrior woman energy coming through, you know, I'm getting that you may own a business, or you may be the head of a family, or the head of an organization, or the head of a group of some kind. But anyway, this is somebody that really goes after what they want, that is not afraid to make a lot of decisions, that sort of charges ahead in life, as it were. So if these qualities describe you, then this is your message from the angels. I wanted the angels to tell me a little bit more about your situation, and we got the High Priestess, which is a number 2, and the King of Pentacles. So with this mix of energies, the angels are telling me that you have very much sort of 2 sides to your nature. You are very grounded in the material plane. I sense that you are very practical. You really know how to get things done on earth, they're telling me. You know how to make money, you know how to, you know, you're ambitious in the world, you want to accomplish things, you want to do things. You have a lot of great abilities to kind of work through just the mundane matters of life. However, the angels are also showing me that you have this high priestess side to your nature. So this is a part of your makeup that may be a little bit more intuitive, that maybe perhaps isn't as outgoing. You know, I'm noticing this high priestess kind of hiding behind the curtain here. There may be a part of you that would prefer to spend more time in seclusion, just to kind of be in your own energy. I think you may be a very deep person, a very intuitive person. You may be somebody that really likes to kind of feel deeply into your own emotions and the energies of the world. You may be a spiritual person, so there's definitely this side of your personality as well as this, personality part that's able to kind of charge ahead in the world and get things done and take care of people and take care of matters. They're really both sides of you, very much active, I guess I would say. So I asked the angels for some advice for you today, and they're showing me the Eight of Pentacles and the Five of Wands. All right, so let's talk about this. The Eight of Pentacles is showing me a lot of creativity. The angels are suggesting to me that you have some creative calling that they really would like to see you fulfill. And I think this creative calling may be a bit at odds with perhaps some of the responsibilities that you have in the world. Maybe you're responsible for a business or a group, or you're responsible for children or animals, or maybe these ambitious plans that you have. I think something is perhaps detracting a bit or at odds with here with the Five of Wands, with this creative impulse that is growing within you, or this creative impulse that might be hovering kind of just at the edge of your awareness. The angels really would like to encourage you to perhaps focus your attention on this creative desire that you have. Is there something that you want to create, to make manifest in the world, to pursue, to embellish even? I'm seeing here that there may be, I'm getting messages about sort of a mix of masculine and feminine. So what they're telling me is that circumstances may have encouraged you to perhaps adopt a lot of masculine traits in order to survive in the world. You may have had to take on a masculine role in some kind of setting, or you may have had to adopt masculine traits in order to succeed in some kind of endeavor. And this has caused you to push ahead in a way that I think is now perhaps competing with these sort of creative, more intuitive urges that your spirit is calling you to entertain and to pay attention to, and perhaps to nurture even here with this Eight of Pentacles card. So the Five of Wands is telling me, the angels are asking you, can you move things around? They're saying, is there a way that you can move things around in your life so that you don't feel so much pressure or this need for kind of speed and constant movement, perhaps? I'm noticing this snail in the chariot. I think there's an encouragement for you to slow down in some capacity. The angels are asking, can you move things around? I'm also hearing the angels say delegation. Can you delegate some of your responsibilities to other people so that you can free up your time and energy to work on this creative pursuit? You know, maybe it's painting, maybe it's writing, maybe it's, I'm just noticing the hand implement. So is there something involving a hand implement that you'd like to do in the world that, you know, perhaps with all of these responsibilities that you do so well, you perhaps don't feel you have the time or the energy to pursue these things. Can you delegate? Can you move things around? Can you create a space in your life so that you can nurture this softer side, this more creative side of your being? I also ask the angels for insights into you and your nature that may help you as you kind of reallocate your time and energies here. And they're showing me the Three of Pentacles and the King of Wands. So this is a lot of beautiful artistic energy here. With the Three of Pentacles, I'm really seeing someone with a gift for building things, a gift for creating things, a gift for working with other people, a gift for elevating people here. I'm noticing, this figure that's sort of working with the birds, as it were. So you may have this ability to kind of work with other energies or more ethereal, creative energies, and sort of bring them down to earth or bring things into manifestation. And with this King of Wands too, this is someone with really the Midas touch here with this wand. They're able to create beautiful things on the earth, be able to bring beautiful things into creation here. This is also indicating a great deal of mastery. You've got a couple of kings here. So I think you are a very advanced soul. You have a lot of highly honed abilities here with these two kings, and then I'm seeing the High Priestess there. But also noticing, there's a number of pentacles in your reading here. We've got the King, the 8, and the 3 of Pentacles. So you're somebody that's very good at bringing things into being, to manifesting things. You're good at working with the earthly plane, whether that's, balancing the books, getting things done, actually creating material objects, material structures. You can do all of that very well. So I think the angels are encouraging you to bring this wonderful manifestation abilities that you have. They'd like to see you create beauty in the world with these creative and artistic abilities that they're pointing to you having here in this reading. And then finally, I asked the angels what they would like to see for you in your future. And they're showing me the Knight of Pentacles card. So it's curious how similar, we started with looking at you and where you're at now, and we received the Chariot card and the Knight of Pentacles. And these figures are almost in the same position here. They're holding the reins, they're moving forward on some means of transport here. But the Knight of Pentacles is a much slower moving card than the Chariot. Here too, I'm noticing there's a lot of greenery, a lot of growth, and just sort of green and aliveness here in the Knight of Pentacles card. Whereas the image in this Chariot card, it almost looks like, there's a smoky background, or it's kind of blurry. Maybe she's trying to move so quickly that she's not really noticing the background. But in the Knight of Pentacles, the image I'm getting here is of someone taking a slow horseback ride at dusk, perhaps, being able to see the stars, being able to see things grow around her. Maybe even the being that she's riding on is growing and flourishing. Because she has the ability to care for all of these things around her and notice them and appreciate them. Also, I'm feeling this sense of paring back, I guess. We have the King of Pentacles here, which is, someone with a lot of responsibilities, someone who's really kind of running the show, taking care of everything. But then the angels would like to see the Knight of Pentacles here for you. So I think they're asking if it's possible for you to pare back in some way, and maybe it's in the degree of responsibilities that you carry. But in doing this paring back of your life, you'll be able to actually enjoy things more, as well as be able to attend to these things. So things will flourish and grow more as you're able to slow down. I think, things may be a little blurry because of the speed at which you're going here. But if you can slow down, pare back, maybe scale back on some of your responsibilities and the endeavors in which you're involved in, you will be able to put more quality, I guess, into your efforts and your endeavors and creations in the world. So you will still have these, lovely things around you, but you'll have the time to enjoy them. And I think things will flourish more because of your maybe stepping back in some way. So I hope that has made sense for you. I did also ask your angels to come forth with some additional messages for you, just extra things they wanted to say at this time, given that they have the floor now. So your angels have pointed me to, they brought out the tower for you, and this says solid foundation, success with effort. So we're definitely seeing that again in the Knight of Pentacles card. That is the card of sort of building things, building wealth, building abundance. But I think with this tower card here, the angels are telling me that you've done a wonderful job so far. You've built a solid foundation for yourself. And if you can put some effort into these creative endeavors that are calling to your soul, you will find success with those as well. You may be struggling with the sense of shifting gears here as you're coming across this reading. The next card that came out for you from your angels is the Woman card. So this is a pretty open-ended card. You may be a woman. Something related to what I've said here may spark to mind a particular woman for you. This card says dealings or relationship with a woman. Another card that came out for you is the Scales. It says keep your life in balance. And again, we've been talking about that. That's especially echoed here with this King of Pentacles and High Priestess being that, real mix of sort of feminine, receiving, creating, intuitive energies, with the King of Pentacles, achieving, accomplishing, and gathering actively energies. So they're asking you, the angels are asking you to really balance these energies within yourself for best results. And then finally, I'm seeing, or actually not finally, we have one more to go. But in this fourth card, the angels are asking you to look at your psychic ability. It says psychic ability, trust your intuition. And again, you receive the High Priestess card in this first column here. And that is a very psychic card, very intuitive card. Really, this really represents somebody who's able to kind of see beyond, the veil of what is apparent on the material plane, and almost like read energies and influences and, really see kind of between the lines, as it were, in an almost psychic or intuitive way. So the angels are telling me that you're somebody that has this ability to feel into and sense things, and they'd like you to use that ability perhaps a bit more in your life. And then finally, you have the Bread card here. It says period of prosperity and abundance. So you really do have a lot of abundance indicated in these cards. You've got the King of Pentacles, that's a card of abundance. The Knight of Pentacles is a card of working towards abundance. And you've got the Bread card here, as well as the Tower. So all of these markers of prosperity, abundance, having enough, having plenty. The angels are telling me you may be afraid to scale back or to pivot into this more creative, perhaps artistic even, of endeavor. But they want you to know that your prosperity will continue. You have done a wonderful job setting up a solid foundation for yourself. And, you will continue to see abundance in your life as you may move forward, even if moving forward involves slowing down to some degree or scaling back to some degree. So my beautiful group one, that is the message from your angels today. I hope you enjoyed this reading. If it did resonate for you, please let me know in the comments down below. I would love to hear about it. I really appreciate your time and attention here today. Thank you for joining me and the angels for your reading. I wish you all the best for the future, and I will see you next time. Hello, group two. Welcome to your reading. This is your message from the angels. So the card that you were drawn to is the Yes card. This card says, just say yes. And I don't know if you're familiar with this deck. It's the Work Your Light Oracle cards by Rebecca Campbell. And if you look in the booklet,
the description of this card just says yes, 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 like 1,000 times. I didn't count the yeses, but it's very self-explanatory. It's just a very hearty, big, emphatic yes from the universe. So you might have something on your mind or a decision that you're making as you come across this reading, but the universe, the angels, they're encouraging you to say yes to whatever this big, bright, wonderful opportunity is for you. So that is the first card that we have for you. I'm going to move this out of the way here to make room. I also asked your angels for a card representing you, and they're showing me the 9 of Cups. So the 9 of Cups is telling me that you are on the precipice. You're just about to fulfill perhaps some grand wish or ambition that you have had. I'm getting a lot of different examples for this. It'll resonate for people differently, but you may be, for instance, you may be pregnant. There's a pregnancy theme coming out. And certainly with the number 9, you may be about to have a baby. I'm getting engagement. I'm getting marriage. I'm getting starting a new business, perhaps. I'm getting graduation as well. You may be soon graduating from an academic course of some kind. So a lot of these kinds of big turning over of life sort of situations are what your angels want to speak about today. If that doesn't resonate with you, this likely isn't your pile, because that certainly is the theme. But, we're looking at something that's just about to be fulfilled. I think you're looking to create a very happy new reality for yourself with whatever this change is, whether it's a new business, a new baby, a marriage, a new degree, something along those lines. So let's look at your situation. I asked your angels for information about your situation, and they showed me the Temperance card and the Magician. And I am getting Disney princess vibes from these 2 cards here, especially that top card. She's in this beautiful, almost Cinderella type dress, and there's a couple of doves around her, almost a Snow White or Cinderella kind of energy there. So again, I think of maybe marriages, engagements. Those are always kind of the arc of those storylines, the Disney princess storylines. And then you also have the Magician here. And here I'm getting Mother Goose. So again, this kind of pregnancy imagery is coming through on your cards. But from these 2 cards, I'm also seeing, you're wanting to create something beautiful in the world, whether that's, a beautiful new child or a beautiful new partnership, or perhaps it's some kind of beautiful business that has to do with beauty or healing in some way with this Temperance card. You're looking at creating something beautiful and balanced and healing, and something that really flourishes and that is quite good for the world, I think. I'm getting a lot of beneficial kinds of giving energies off of these 2 cards. But you might be making a decision at the time that you come across this reading, because in the Temperance card, it seems that she's holding one bird, but one bird is flying away. So perhaps maybe this yes is about which one you say yes to. And maybe within your own soul, which one you're more drawn to, but you may have to let something go in order for something new to begin here with the Temperance and the Magician coming out in these positions. I did also ask your angels for some advice for you. What advice would they give you if they were to give you some advice? And that is the 10 of Pentacles and the Death card. So again, I'm seeing, the 10 of Pentacles, these 10s are always kind of the completion of a cycle. And the Death is definitely the card of endings and new beginnings. So I see you moving away from one phase and into another phase. Maybe, if you're graduating, you were a student and now you will be a graduate and off into the world doing things with your education. And so you'll no longer be a student. Maybe if you are a new mother, suddenly your new role is a mother, and then the role that you had before is very different. So it's kind of speaking of that changes. It almost reminds me of the Wheel of Fortune card here, of things beginning, things starting anew. And with the Death card here, I'm seeing you may be feeling a sense of loss over perhaps letting go of the old phase of your life, whatever that was, whether it was being a single person or being someone who didn't have a child, or maybe being a student, or being somebody that had a different kind of employment and you're moving into maybe starting a business or starting a new job in a new industry. You are experiencing some feelings of perhaps loss, and that those feelings that go along with endings. And I think the angels are saying it's okay to acknowledge those feelings. It doesn't mean that this new phase that you're entering into is negative. It simply means, that you're experiencing the natural emotions that come with kind of the turning over of a new cycle. The Ten of Pentacles is a card of kind of happy homes and happy families. So I don't know if you're changing family environments or changing homes. That's also a possibility here. But you might be experiencing feelings of grief, perhaps related to this changeover in your world of home and family. That's a possible interpretation of this. And I think your angels are coming through to encourage you to be vulnerable with people you trust here, with all of the beautiful flowers kind of coming through on this Death card here. It's okay to grieve. It's okay to mourn. It's okay to share your feelings of sadness with others. Sometimes if we're going through some big happy change, it's difficult to give ourselves and be understood by other people who, you may think, oh, they're going to think, how is she sad about this? This is so wonderful. Everything good is happening for her. But there are always feelings of loss whenever we enter any new phase. So your angels are encouraging you to seek support for this, to be very compassionate with yourself about this. It's okay. It does look like you have a lot of beautiful, happy changes ahead for you, but you may be having some doubts perhaps and confusion about these feelings of grief that are coming up amidst all of the wonderful good things that are happening. And then I did ask for some insights from your angels, if they can kind of say more about you and your situation here. So additional insights from your angels. And they're showing me that you really have a very beautiful heart here with this Knight of Cups. You're very much a person who lives from their heart, who feels things very deeply. So it makes sense that you might experience these feelings of loss when maybe another kind of person with a different orientation might not experience the loss quite so deeply. But you do have a big, beautiful heart. And I think you're someone who very much lives from the heart and loves very deeply. And so, of course, any change, even if it's a wonderful, positive change, is going to affect you very deeply. They're also showing me that there may be some conflict going on regarding this change. I'm not getting, there's a lot of different people out here listening to the reading, so I'm not getting much more detail beyond that there could be some conflict among parties, perhaps. Maybe if you're setting up a new business, you have people that have different ideas about your new business, or if it's regarding an engagement or a marriage or a baby, maybe a lot of people are giving you their opinions about this, big new wonderful thing happening in your life. And, it could be getting you down perhaps a bit, all of these sort of differing opinions and judgments and ideas of others. So you are probably somebody who feels things very deeply with this Knight of Cups card. So just be very compassionate with yourself. Again, it's good if you can open up to partner that you trust or a friend that you trust or some other trusted party about these emotions, I think you'll get a lot of understanding there, and certainly, of course, be understanding with yourself if this is indeed the case. And then finally, I asked for the outcome that your angels wanted for you. And I'm getting the King of Swords with the Seven of Swords. So this is interesting. This was almost like a plot twist when these cards came out. But again, I'm getting more wedding imagery here with this Temperance card and the white dress, and the King of Swords card with this white dress and thread. And what I'm hearing from your angels with these two cards is they want you to really look out for your own best interests here. You know, be very discerning, make decisions that are good for yourself, look out for your own best interests. You know, you're kind of sewing together or creating a beautiful life for yourself. So they want you to, you know, feel very empowered in terms of making decisions about this big, new, beautiful change, and you know, being confident in your decision making, because you have some really lovely things coming your way. Also with the Seven of Swords, you know, she's holding this egg, so that pregnancy theme is coming through again, but this could be, you know, building a business. Also, I'm getting, for some of you, this may be receiving an inheritance here. That Ten of Pentacles card is often the card of family inheritance, and with it coming next to the Death card, somebody could have passed away, and there might be a sum of money or some property coming to you. And with the Seven of Swords cards, your angels are saying, really look out for your own best interests here, and make sure, you know, you do what you can to get what, you know, your share of the pie, I guess, as it were. With this Five of Wands card, there could be some you know, some disagreements among family members, perhaps, about who should get what, but your angels really want you to have what is due to you as a result of this situation here. So I think you have a lot of beautiful heart energy, and your angels are encouraging you to engage your intellectual faculties, your rational faculties, to make sure that, you know, you temper all that beautiful heart energy with, you know, making sound decisions, looking out for yourself, and really crafting this beautiful life that you have ahead of you. It looks like, you know, with the Temperance and the Magician and the Nine of Cups here, I'm just seeing some really beautiful turn of events coming for you, whether that's resources through an inheritance, additions to a family, you know, starting a new business, graduating, all of those beautiful things. So I asked your angels to tell us more information, just anything they wanted to share. The card they brought forth is the Happiness, and this is one of the Astral House cards. So they're telling me, you know, this discussion that we've had today is really about your happiness and creating happiness for yourself. They do see that you have the potential for great happiness here, so they just want to, you know, remind you to allow those feelings of grief that may be surfacing. It will indeed, you know, kind of turn over into this wonderful, happy future that you're creating for yourself here with the King of Swords. They also brought forth, your angels also brought forth the Caterpillar card. It says, things will not always be this way. A change is coming. So again, we've talked about, you know, this, you're on the precipice of a big change here with this Nine of Cups, and a big happy change, I would add. So I think a big happy change is on its way for you. And if you are experiencing, you know, some grief as a result of this cycle turning over, I think that will ease in due time. There is also the Mice card from the angels. It mentions discord among friends or family. We kind of talked about the squabbling going on here in the Five of Wands. Maybe it's regarding an inheritance or this big change that you've made. But usually with the mice, it's a problem that's not going to kind of permanently get in your way. And then we have the Fair Man card. It says dealings or relationship with a man with blonde, gray, or white hair. And also the Dark Man card, dealings or relationship with a man with dark complexion or hair. So There may be a couple of men at play in all of this that we've described here. These cards often are very specific and can refer to particular people in your life, so I don't like to overly interpret them, but there may be a fair man and or a dark man kind of in play in all of this that we have discussed here today. So your angels would like to encourage you again to say yes to this wonderful, big, happy change that's coming in your life. It looks to be very beautiful indeed. They don't want you to be swayed by any, mysterious feelings of grief that you may be having. Even the happiest of changes can bring us, a tinge of sadness sometimes, I think, because it's always the end of one phase of life and the beginning of another. So take heart. There is some beautiful things in the works for you. I wish you all the best with this big happy change. If this reading resonated for you, please comment down below and let me know how it fit your situation. I would love to hear about it. And I thank you so much for tuning in today. I wish you all the very best for your future, and I look forward to seeing you in a future reading. Thank you. Hello, Group 3. Welcome to your reading. This is your message from the angels. The card that you were drawn to is the Mirror card. It says who or what is triggering you. So the reading that I'm about to uncover for you does describe an upset, something that is a little upsetting in your life. If you feel that you've had something that was upsetting recently, then this message is likely for you. If this doesn't describe you at all, this may not be your reading, but I wanted to just state that initially because this reading may not apply to everyone who clicks on it. It's very specifically directed at people who feel they've had an upset in life recently. So let me get into the message. So again, you receive the Mirror card. It says who or what is triggering you. And I did ask your angels for additional guidance about you and the energy that you're bringing into the situation. And they are showing me the Knight of Cups card. So by this card, I can see that you're a very, I would say like a big-hearted person, a very warm person. You have a big heart. You have a lot of compassion for people. You really lead with your emotions. You may feel as though you're a very emotionally based person. You have a lot of big emotions and you're very sincere as well. You sort of put your heart into just about everything you do, and you have good intentions and good meaning, and you look for deep connections and meaningful, kind of heart-based, emotionally fulfilling relationships in your life. So that is what your angels are telling me about you as a person. I did ask them about the situation that they wanted to discuss today with you. And the cards that came out for that are the Knight of Pentacles and the Seven of Swords. So when I saw this combination, I'm seeing that perhaps, I see somebody who's making their way in the world, whether that's working at a job or working in some kind of business, or maybe it's somebody who's studying something. I get the sense that you're making your way in the world, just doing your thing, more or less. And the Seven of Swords is pointing to the upset that I mentioned earlier. Did somebody take something from you? Did you lose a job, perhaps? Is this a school situation where something happened at school, where you're no longer studying a course or something of this nature here? Some sort of plan that you had was upset in, I think, a fairly significant way here with the Seven of Swords. It looks like there may have been some underhanded behavior with the Seven of Swords. I'm hearing gossip for some of you. Maybe there was some gossip at a workplace or in a school or an organization, and this resulted in you having to leave that job or leave that school, something like this. I'm even getting social media. Perhaps you were working in social media and, something happened. There was some sort of underhanded behavior, maybe some unkind comments or some kind of behavior that basically was quite upsetting, and there was likely a loss in this scenario. And here you are, this beautiful, compassionate, sincere person making your way in the world, and then this Seven of Swords comes in and sort of upsets the apple cart in some way. So this is the scenario I'm getting. If this resonates for you, please keep listening. If it doesn't, again, this may not be your reading. But I did ask your angels for advice about this situation. And the cards that came out are the Seven of Wands and the Hanged Man. So again, the Hanged Man is really showing this kind of upset that has occurred. Something has kind of put you on hold. You might feel a bit trapped as a result of what has happened. For example, if it's a job loss, you may feel like you don't know what to do next, or you may feel like you're in a situation that's difficult to get out of now because of what has happened here. It may be difficult to repair your reputation, perhaps, if there have been some things going on behind the scenes, that came to light. You may feel like this has upset your reputation in some way, or has upset your financial stability in some way. If this is in regards to love, that's certainly a possibility here too with this reading. Maybe you are put in a situation where you're a single person now and you weren't expecting to be a single person. So this combination is showing me that kind of upset. But with these cards coming out in the advice position, the angels are really encouraging you to take a different perspective on this if you can look at other ways to view the situation. I'm sure, there were, especially with your nature being very emotionally based, there were likely some hurt feelings here. But if you can look at it as perhaps an opportunity to see something a bit differently. Again, I know this can be hard to hear if we've had something that's emotionally upsetting, but the angels are wanting you to see that this is actually an experience that you can use for your growth and expansion here. With this Hanged Man, I think you're going to be able to see a different perspective in this situation, a different perspective about yourself, a different perspective about how you can perhaps create a better future for yourself going forward. You are developing strength as a result of this situation that you're in now. The angels are asking you to look back to prior experiences that you've had. We're going back to the Mirror card here. They want you to examine what feelings that you had as a younger person are now repeating in this scenario. There may be some sort of emotional repetition that's going on in this situation for you. So they want you to address this with great compassion for yourself. They want you to take a look at what dynamic maybe has recurred here that you can perhaps begin to repair. They do want you to look at the situation through the eyes of love, specifically love for yourself and compassion for yourself, and perhaps these difficult emotions that this upset has brought up within you. This ultimately will benefit you in the long run. That may be a difficult perspective to see at the current time. But the angels are assuring me that with time, you will see how this actually led to a positive development for you in the future. So they want to give you that encouragement at this time. But they do want you to consider the past, consider how this may be showing a repeat dynamic that is occurring in your world. They want you to look at the situation from different angles to try to understand it differently. And they want you to basically use it as an opportunity to develop your mental strength, your spiritual strength, and your emotional strength. I did ask the angels for additional insights about you and you're traversing this situation. And the cards that came out here are the Hierophant and the Page of Wands. So from these cards, the angels are showing me that you're a very intelligent person, that you like to really gather a lot of information. Sometimes that is information, out in the world. And sometimes that is spiritual information, looking to the higher powers, the higher sources for guidance, as well as looking to perhaps experts in their field for guidance. The angels are showing me that you are somebody who really likes to do a lot of fact finding out in the world. When you encounter situations that are puzzling or troubling to you, you like to look for solutions to those situations. I think what they're also recommending is that this may also be the time to go inward. Maybe this is a good time to sort of go inward and consult your inner spiritual resources for additional assistance with this as well. Also with the eyes here, there is an eye illuminated in this Page of Wands card. And there's an eye, it may be difficult to see on camera, but there's an eye in this mirror card here. So I'm getting the sense of looking. The word looking may be relevant to you. Again, I'm getting that sense of social media. Maybe you had a lot of eyes on you. And perhaps that's relevant to the situation that you're in now. But my attention is really being drawn to the eye. I'm also thinking of the third eye, which of course is our sense of being able to see into the future. So I think the angels are asking you to turn your gaze to the future as well and dream of the future that you want to create. Use this scenario to create a better future for yourself. So look to the future with improvement and hopes of better outcomes, because you've learned a great lesson here from what has occurred. And as you synthesize this experience, I think you will gain knowledge that will help you look into the future and create a more bountiful and beneficial outcome for you. Finally, I also asked the angels what they wanted to see for you in the future. What did the angels have? What were in their hopes for you? And we've got the Page of Pentacles and the King of Cups. So here I'm seeing the angels really want to restore your enthusiasm. As we kind of started this narrative, you were making your way in the world, and I think something has happened that has upset your plans and maybe even your confidence. And the angels wish to restore you to this wonderful state of enthusiasm that you have for life and making your way in the world and being of service to others and sharing your contributions with the world. The angels would like to see your enthusiasm restored, and they would like to see you continue to be a creative being, because I see here with the pentacles coming out in your reading, you do have a skill and a talent for creating beautiful things in the world, making a beautiful contribution to the world. With this King of Cups here, they're also showing me some emotional maturity, that you started as the Knight of Cups, and with the angels wishing the King of Cups for you, I think they're wanting you to advance an additional level on the heart on the heart scale, I guess. They'd like you to be able to more effortlessly weather these kinds of experiences in the future here with the King of Cups and that storm sort of depicted on the King of Cups. But they also want you to continue being the beautiful, heart-based, sincere, compassionate soul that you are, and with this beautiful enthusiasm that you have. But perhaps through this experience, you can gain some wisdom about perhaps the motivations of others, your own motivations, and you'll be able to weather upsets perhaps a little more easily in the future here. The angels are thinking that this experience will help to grow you in this capacity. But they certainly want you to remain this warm, wonderful, big-hearted person that you are. And they want you to retain your enthusiasm for life and your enthusiasm for creating a wonderful future for yourself and others in the world. I also chose some tea leaves for you. I asked the angels to bring forward just some additional things that they wanted to mention in this reading as they have this opportunity to speak to you now. And your angels are showing me the bridge card. It says successfully overcoming a problem. So we talked about kind of a problem that you may be facing. So your angels are seeing a successful overcoming of this problem. I'm also seeing the rainbow. The most difficult part of a situation is over. So that is encouraging news. I can't help but notice the rainbow bridge here. So I don't know if you've had someone pass over recently or have lost a pet recently. That might be applicable to a few people out there. And that could actually be part of this upset here that's showing up in this reading. The angels are also showing me staff. You will be taken care of in difficult times. So that rest assured, your angels are making sure that you have everything you need at all stages of your journey. With the staff, I'm also getting kind of confirmation of this employment scenario. I think a lot of you viewing this reading will be dealing with employment dynamics here. And the angels also chose for you the pin card. It says new job or career. So I think as a result of what's gone on here, you may be divinely directed to a new job or divinely directed to a new kind of career. Maybe that's a new place of work or an entirely new career. It'll be different for different people watching, but something new in your work life is definitely in the cards for you here. And then finally, your angels are bringing you wind chimes. They say peace and harmony. I think you have experienced, something upsetting here in this scenario, and your angels are saying they're bringing to you a restoration of your peace and harmony in your life. And by weathering, this experience that you're going through, you're going to experience more peace and harmony in your life going forward. So my beautiful group 3, that is your message from the angels. I hope you have found this helpful. If this message resonated for you, please comment down below. I'd be curious to hear if this reading was applicable to you. I thank you so much for your time, and I wish you all the very best in the future. If you have a moment, I'd be grateful if you could like this video. It helps spread the video to more viewers, so more people have the opportunity to experience this reading and get acquainted with my channel. And I thank you again. I hope you have a beautiful day, and I will see you next time.